Well, hello, everybody. Doug Rucker here with PressureWashingSchool.com and DougRuckerStore.com. Hope everybody's doing great. And just want to talk to you a little bit about some X-Jet updates, some new products that we've got, a new hose and some quick connects, and then also a little quick tip about converting your X-Jet to the modified X-Jet. So, going to talk about that, all things X-Jet coming up next. Hey, before I get into it though, with about the X-Jet, real quick, want to remind you guys about our monthly school coming up in June, July, and August. We'll have them the rest of the year too, but those are our next three scheduled. We have them every month, have for the last 12 years. So PressureWashingSchool.com/events if you want to come to Houston and get trained. That's where you can sign up for that. June 20th through the 22nd in Atlanta, Georgia. Jeffrey Blackman and I will be there. We're doing hands-on training at a small church, Bindings Methodist Church, right there in Atlanta. I'm going to be teaching you how to clean a roof, how to clean a house or building. We're going to be teaching property protection, and I'll also be teaching concrete cleaning. So that's on June 20th. On the 21st, Jeffrey Blackman is teaching classroom training for parking lot striping, as well as hands-on training for parking lot striping. So if you're looking to add that, or even just want to start parking lot striping, that's going to be a excellent opportunity, because you'll be able to actually use the equipment and lay down some stripes yourself and get a feel for it. And then June 22nd is the Difference Makers Conference, which is all about the business end of your business, how to get business, how to get commercial business. Money matters. We're talking about how to set up your company. We're talking about pricing. We're going to help you learn and know how to price jobs so you don't ever have to ask somebody else. We're going to take a look at your business and how that should reflect your pricing and not somebody else's pricing. So that's in Atlanta, June 20th through the 22nd. We do have some rooms. They may be available. We had a block set aside. I'm not sure if they're all sold out yet, or if they've expired, but it's the Country Inn and Suites. Anyway, PressureWashingSchool.com/events. You can get all the information about that right there. If you have any questions about those, any of my training events, just email me at pressurecleaningschool@gmail.com. Okay, so a lot of you guys have purchased our modified X-Jet like this over the last few years. We've sold quite a few of them. But I just wanted to update you, like I said, on a little bit of updates and some products X-Jet has come out with that I think would really help you guys. As you know, when you get, if you buy just the kit box with the X-Jet M5 in it, it's going to come like this, and then you're going to have your hose in there with your little two-way barb valve connected to it, and it's only about a 8-foot or 10-foot hose. It's a really short hose. And so this piece here, your hose that is close to the barb, the other end has a screen on it, a metal screen. I always suggest buying the bucket as well. Remove that metal screen, because the bleach is going to corrode it eventually. And then just hook the end of the hose onto the barb of the X-Jet bucket, the pail bucket. So when you're putting this together, you're going to put this like this over the hose barb and cram it down. I'm not going to do that right now because I want to be able to get it off. And then this is going to go onto the end of your wand, and then you will operate it like that. And when this is up, you're going to spray your bleach mix out of your bucket, and then when you turn this valve that way, then you can get just fresh water and you can rinse. It's not going to pull the chemical, the bleach mix, out of the hose. So, you know, we went with the modified version years ago. We still make this available. A lot of people buy this. But what we did on the modified version is we took and we moved this orifice part up closer to the gun, and then you can use your J-rod nozzles, the 2 nozzles with the bigger holes. That's the only 2 that you can use. You can't use the 2 smaller ones because it'll blow the hose off because it creates too much restriction. But then you can use your downstream soap high nozzle to apply and rinse with, and you can use your soap low nozzle to apply and rinse with. So it doesn't matter if you've got the 4-gallon per minute machine, 5-gallon, 8-gallon, you're just going to use the J-rod nozzles that you would normally downstream with, but use the 2 larger orifice nozzles, okay? So what that does is it eliminates that high pressure when you're using it this way, and allows you to get more of a downstream type nice flow without all that mist and all that pressure. So that's the modified gun versus the regular X-Jet kit that comes in the box. What we've done, or what X-Jet has done, is a couple of things. They've come out with a, let me get it real quick, a quick connect set, and it comes like this in a little package. And so what you're able to do is you're able to take the hose barb that is off of this. Now this, you can do this whether you're using the box kit or the modified. Either way, you can do this. You're going to remove this hose barb, and you're going to take the little 1/8 inch plug fitting, and you're going to screw it into where the barb was. And then it comes with a little female coupler like this, and you're going to attach the hose barb that you took out into the female end of the coupler. And so that allows you to easily disconnect via quick connect your hose. So your hose would look like that. Okay? Very simple, very easy to do. So we have those available, the quick connect sets that you can easily make it so you can remove your hose. Makes it easier to coil it up, the hose separately than the gun, for storage purposes if you want to do that, and other various reasons that you may want to do that as well. Okay, so we have the quick connect set available. And then the other thing that they have come out with is a 100-foot hose that's nice and flexible. It's very hard to kink it, okay? But it's very flexible. It's clear versus the clear braid hose we used to have available. And it also is very flexible in cold weather. They actually advertise it as cold weather hose, but you can use it in warm weather, hot water, whatever. It's just very nice that when it comes cold weather time, it's still going to be flexible, and it's not going to be rigid and stiff like the clear braid hose that we used to have. This comes in a 100-foot length. And so if you really wanted just like 50 feet, you can just cut it in half. You could put that 50 foot aside as a spare for when this wears out, or if you're doing a lot of concrete and you're using it and it's going to get scuffed up like a pressure hose, then you've got a spare 50-foot hose that you can use or have as a spare to put on when that happens. The way I would probably do it is cut it about 75 or 80 feet. So I have a longer hose that I can use if I'm doing buildings or houses or whatever. And then use that little 20-foot hose, get it set up for if I just need to do close areas like a little driveway or some parking areas that I wanted to put some degreaser on, or some of the F9 products, or whatever. So different ways you can do this hose. But I just want to let you know that this X-Jet hose is available, and very flexible, very lightweight, easy to use, comes in a box all coiled up. So we have the quick connect set available as well, so that you can use that if you want to quickly and easily remove the hose from the orifice part of the X-Jet. One thing I want to show you guys too real quick is, I've probably done this in a different video. But, you know, we sell this thing as a ready-to-use. I'm talking about the modified X-Jet. We sell that as a ready-to-use kit. So that's where we put it together for you. You can also buy it as a DIY kit where you buy the nozzle assembly, the gun, the wand, the fittings, all of that, and you can actually put it together yourself, save yourself a little money. Or if you have already an X-Jet nozzle like this, say you bought it in the kit, and you want to convert yours to a modified, then on our website you can buy the modified X-Jet fittings, which are these two things. You can also get these, I believe, locally at a Home Depot or Lowe's. This is just a 1/4 inch threaded male pipe thread, male thread on both ends. Nipple is what they call it. And we actually have the little hex here so that you can get it in easily and out. And then it's a female nipple, female pipe thread, 1/4 inch. Both of these are 1/4 inch, but this is a female brass nipple, female pipe thread on both ends. And so when you're going to modify it yourself, the important thing to remember is I always do this side first, the side with the plug out of it, because down in here is your spring and your orifice, and you want to leave that in there. So I put the wrench on here, and I'll take this off. And then make sure I clean and get any Teflon tape out. And right there is the spring and the orifice. And so what's going to go in there is this fitting after you tape it and put your lock seal on it. And then you're just going to screw it down like that. And then your gun goes on here. But the important thing I wanted to show you is to make sure that you do this first. Put your nozzle in, the orifice in here, in your vise, and have the plug pointing up so that when you take it off, your spring and your orifice is not going to fall out. It's very important that that stays in there, okay? And then just take your 1/4 inch male nipple and Teflon tape it, put you some lock seal on it, and then screw it down, and then your gun would go on that end. And so when you continue on, you're basically going to flip it over like this. You're going to take your wrench and you're going to take this off. Now this has Loctite on it, so it's going to be hard. So don't put, big time, just kind of increasing pressure on it is best to get it off. It's hard to get off, but you just got to be patient and don't put a lot of power immediately behind it trying to snap it. Just kind of push on it and it'll come off, okay? So that's how you set up those two ends, but I just wanted to show that in case anybody wants to convert theirs or they want to buy our DIY kit and do it themselves. And then also, don't forget, guys, we've got the buckets. So if you want the pail, you can get the pail as well. It has the screw-off lid, and it has a little drop tube that goes down, which is very nice. That's what I was talking about. You can take the screen off and just all you have to do is take your hose and just slide your hose over that, and now you're in business. And then we also have extra caps. You always want to make sure this breather cap that you take it off. I usually just used to set it in there. We would lose them occasionally because we'd forget it's there, pick it up, lose it in the yard or whatever. They'll also over time tend to crack, so we have spare caps that you can purchase if you need to. They're not that expensive, but the important thing is make sure that you take this off when you're going to use it, because if you don't and you have your hose hooked up and you pull your trigger, this tank is going to suck in, so it needs to be able to breathe. So we have caps available. We also have the little proportioners available that come with the kit. So if you need these for your modified X-Jet, you can use them. I've never ever used a proportioner. Even as a matter of fact, for a house wash using bleach, the instructions for X-Jet say don't use a proportioner, but it's all a personal preference thing. If you want to use a proportioner, then by all means you can use a proportioner. That's totally up to you. The other thing we have available, a lot of guys take advantage of this. These are 3/8 threaded hose barbs. One is a straight, one is a 90, and the other end is a 1/4 inch hose barb. So a lot of guys will buy extra pail shafts like this, and they'll actually take this fitting off, and they'll put in either the 90 based on the orientation of how they want their hose to be, or they'll use the straight. And what they can do then is they can actually either switch the pail out, the pail shaft out onto the same bucket, or they'll have a separate pail or 2 or 3 separate pails. And then you can, what that allows you to do is it allows you to use your 1/4 inch hose that is used for downstreaming, and now you can downstream out of the same bucket. You don't have to have a separate 5-gallon bucket or whatever you use. You can use the same X-Jet bucket to downstream out of. So that's what I do, is I have 2 or 3 buckets. I have 2 each with the 3/8 barbs. I have 2 each with the 1/4 inch barbs on them, so I can just easily hook up my 1/4 inch hose for my downstream when I want to downstream out of the bucket. Most of the times we're downstreaming out of our tank on our truck, but sometimes it's nice just to have a portable system, but portable bucket. But if you're using a portable pressure washer, then most of the times you're just downstreaming out of a 5-gallon bucket, and that would make it easy to convert from going from your 3/8 barb on the X-Jet bucket and have a couple set up for 1/4 inch. Okay. All right, guys, hope that's been helpful for you. Don't forget, folks, my channel is basically set up for guys that are in the pressure washing business. Our business does not really sell to homeowners that are trying to do things themselves. Nothing against homeowners, but my passion is helping guys that are getting started in the business and helping them grow and feed their families and support their communities and things of that nature. So if you're a homeowner trying to use our products, they're probably not going to work with the type of machines that you have. So just keep that in mind. We just don't really have the time to answer tons of questions from homeowners because we have a lot of emails, text messages, trying to help contractors out. But anyway, for you contractors, I hope this has been helpful for you. If you have any questions, feel free to email me at info@DougRuckerStore.com. And don't forget, once again, coming up in June is our monthly hands-on training here in Houston. We have it June, July, August, September, every single month of the year. It's usually the second Monday and Tuesday of each month. And the big one is Atlanta, coming up June 20th through the 22nd. So for those, that pressure washing event in Atlanta and the monthly trainings, you can go to pressurewashingschool/events and get signed up for that. And then we also have the online video school. So if you can't make those, we've got an online video school that I've had for over 10 years. And it's got over 200-something videos on it that will drastically, I guarantee you, drastically help you cut your learning curve. So check that out. And again, if you have any questions about the school, then you can email me at pressurecleaningschool@gmail.com. Y'all have an awesome, blessed day. And thank you, contractors out there, for supporting our store. We really do appreciate it very much. And y'all take care. Hey everybody, Doug Rucker here with Doug Rucker School. Oh, that's wrong. Hey everybody, Doug Rucker here with pressurewashingschool.com and the light fell off. What a day. I gotta try something else. Hold on.